Bonjour, YouTube. It's Reese Shin. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment on my videos. And please don't forget to click the notification bell. Ça va bien. That's French for are you good? I'm hanging in there, fabulously hanging in there. I was perusing the YouTube streets and came across a very interesting article or an interesting post, which made me go and look up some more information and found this article. It is about a 20-year-old young man who was videotaped. He videotaped himself beating an elderly patient in a nursing home in Detroit, Michigan. Well, the father has shed some light on the situation. Apparently, the young man is not an employee of the nursing home. He is an actual patient himself. Now, he's mobile, moving around quite effortlessly, which I find interesting because he's in a nursing home and he's 20 years old. And he's being monitored. He wasn't monitored during this assault. So let me just read a little bit of this story. The headline is, Father of 20-year-old patient who beat elderly man at Detroit nursing home says son shouldn't have been there. And this is Detroit Fox 2 News. The video of a 20-year-old brutally beating an elderly patient at a Detroit nursing home has gotten national attention. Now police are investigating a possible second incident caught on camera, while the young man's father says there's more to the story. The 20-year-old, who Fox 2 is not identifying as he has not been charged yet with a crime, was on video beating an elderly patient at Westwood Nursing Center earlier this week. The violent video is incredibly difficult to watch for most, including the father of the young man, who says he's praying for the elderly victim. That hurts to see that, he said. What he did is wrong, and I offer my apologies to the victim's family. The father, who asked not to be identified, said his son has had several health issues, has autism, and called from a group home in Chelsea last week to say he wasn't sleeping, was feeling anxious, and hearing voices. I just don't want people to think that he's vicious, that he's a vicious individual. He's got mental issues, his father said. He said his son called 911 and was taken to a mental health facility in Ann Arbor. Last Wednesday, he was diagnosed with COVID-19 and said he was supposed to be taken to another facility to be quarantined. It shouldn't never happened. It shouldn't have never happened because he shouldn't have been put in that environment. His father also says there is a pending case in Washtenaw County where his son is accused of assaulting a staff member at another group home. The young man's father says he's had serious behavioral problems for a long time and should have been closely monitored at Westwood. Had I known he was there, I wouldn't have never consented to it, he said. On the 20-year-old's YouTube channel, you can see dozens of boxing videos and so-called pranks. The young man is known to attend Norwayne Boxing Gym, but the folks there say he was never a member or a part of the gym's youth program. They issued a statement on their website. We share everyone's sadness over this situation. What this highlights is the importance of helping at-risk kids in our community at an early age. Meanwhile, an attorney for Westwood Nursing Center tells Fox 2 they were unaware of the attack until they saw the video. They're investigating the situation and cooperating with police. They added the young man was not a long-term resident. Detroit police say the man is in custody and awaiting charges. Police are now investigating whether the same man is involved in another beating of an elderly woman. Now, I've got to share. First of all, as I shared, this young man is mobile. He's mobile. He's moving. He's walking. He's talking. You see the picture. Why was he in the nursing home? Why was he there being unmonitored? It's a nursing home. A nursing home. If you've ever been to a nursing home, you know that, the patients have freedom to move around, but they're elderly. They're definitely not in their 20s. They're not spry and, jumping around and clearly not assaulting other people like this young man. I'm confused why this 20-year-old was at a nursing home and not a group home. But as father said in the article, he had assaulted another staff member at a group home. See, when I was in behavioral health and working on my master's to be a therapist, there are people that are violent. There's people all around the world that are violent. But in behavioral health services, in the medical community, medical staff suffer. I don't mean to go on a tangent. We get attacked quite a bit. It's very confusing because we're there to help. But I don't understand why this young man was not in a different facility. A nursing home is definitely not where he needed to be. So what it tells me is that they just didn't have a place for him. And so they had to put him somewhere, and they put him there, but didn't monitor him. It's very interesting. Very troubling. Very alarming. As you know, those folks that keep up with me know that I like to learn, or when I see stories like this or look at different topics, I'm always looking out for the lesson in this. And the lesson to me is, well, one that just stands out. You might be going through something. You might be going through something. Something that you're in a lot of pain and a lot of confusion, and you just need some kind of guidance. I don't think there'd be anybody on this planet that would be upset with you that as you share your angst. But the second you decide to take out your frustrations on someone who didn't do it, who cannot defend themselves, the moment you decide to do that is the moment that you pulled a DJ Khaled, meaning congratulations, you played yourself. This young man had enough wherewithal to videotape this and put it up and install and load it up on his YouTube channel. Why do you think he did that? Because in today's currency, very similar to Bitcoin's digital currency that doesn't exist, clicks and views are what people are going for. And I guarantee that's what this young man was going for. The clicks and views. To get the attention that he was so desperately seeking. And I don't think they care that it's negative. People that do this kind of stuff. I mean, this is very trollish, in my opinion. I don't think they care what kind of attention. As long as they get attention. If it's negative, so be it. Now, this young man is in jail. I doubt very seriously once they find out why he's in jail, I doubt very seriously that somebody won't turn around and return the favor in kind. Excuse me. Because what my understanding in prison, I've never been there, but my understanding is children are off limits. The elderly are off limits. Yeah. So he's now going from an environment where he was relatively safe to one that he's definitely not safe. I get it. Mental health concerns when you are in the middle of your own personal hell is hard to navigate. But the other thing that goes through my mind is he had enough wherewithal to call 911. So he had enough self-awareness in certain regards, but didn't have enough self-awareness to realize just how bad it is to punch repeatedly an elderly man who can't fight back. Yeah. Clicks and views, mesdames and messieurs. Clicks and views.